Hey Mountain View family, this is Shifflett, and I'm really excited to have the opportunity to share with you today as part of the What's the Word series. I want to share with you a passage from Lamentations that I read over recently, and to be perfectly honest with you, I've never spent much time in Lamentations unless it was part of a read through the Bible in a year study, so only a handful of times, but back at the beginning of March, as I was preparing for the end of the Joshua 24 study on rest, I was looking for other passages and scriptures that spoke of God's mercy and His peace as it pertained to rest. And I came across this section in Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 through 24. The Lord's loving kindness is indeed never cease, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore, I have hope in Him. One thing I really like to do when studying through Scripture is look at the passage and see who's the author, what's the purpose of the passage, who is the audience. And Lamentations, as a whole book, was written by the prophet Jeremiah as a book of poetry right around the time of the fall of Jerusalem, 586 BC. So he was living in a time of uncertainty and fear with what was going on around him. And just like today, where we've been living through this COVID-19 outbreak for what seems like forever, with fear and anxiety and uncertainty, what I love about this passage of Scripture is that it shows us that God is consistent through the ages. The same God who created all and everything and breathed life into Adam and brought the Israelites out of Egypt, and who Jeremiah was writing about here, and who spoke over his son in his baptism, is the same God we serve and worship and can pray to today. That first verse, again, 22, the Lord's loving kindness indeed never cease. That word loving kindness can be translated into goodness and mercy. So the Lord's loving kindness is His goodness, His mercy. They never, ever cease. His compassions never fail. No matter the circumstances, no matter what we perceive in the world around us, He is the same. He is good. He is compassionate. It does not cease. His compassions, they don't fail. They're new every morning. His faithfulness is great every day. The Lord is my portion. He's your portion. He's our share. He's our inheritance. And we have a hope in Him because of that. I know when this COVID-19 outbreak started that there was a lot of uncertainty, just like there still is, and anxiety, and there's fear. And those things exist regardless of the circumstances. Right now we're living in what I say is a weird and interesting time, to say the least. But fear and anxiety and uncertainty are things that we live with constantly, no matter the circumstances. But I love this passage because it can show us that, again, God is consistent no matter what circumstances are around us. His consistency is that He is good, that He is merciful, that He is kind. And I just hope and pray that this passage of Scripture speaks to you the same way that it did to me, to reinforce that no matter what's going on in the world around us and the chaos, that He is good, He is merciful, and that we have a hope in Him because we are His. And Mountain View family, I miss all of you, and I look forward to hopefully being together to worship again soon.